Hello YouTube world. I stopped what I was doing here because I told my wife if I was a nice guy I would make a video because somebody else out there is probably having the same struggle that I'm having. I got this Chevy Dana 60 front and I have a post busted off. As you can see where my post for my leaf spring retainers go, it was busted off when I got it. And I drilled it out and went to use an extractor, a real high quality Irwin extractor, the kind that you put a socket on. And I ran out of oxygen, and in my most embarrassing stupidity, tried to get it out and turn it without having the proper glow. I got it glowing, and right as I got it glowing, my oxygen went out, so I didn't get that good 5 or 6 second glow, you know, so that when I started turning the extractor, I got about a half of a turn like butter, and then it cooled up, and right as it cooled up is right as the resistance came and I busted that extractor. At any rate, started with the DeWalt bits, went up to the cobalt bits, went to Fastenal, and of course, you know, they thought that the high-speed steel would do it, but it was tool steel. At any rate, I finally got a carbide drill bit, which, as you can see on my drill, is an end mill. I recommend it because instead of spending $40, it was $8 off eBay, just from a company that after so many cuts gets rid of them for high tolerances. But at any rate, I figured it would shatter as soon as I started, and it still may. But as you can see, I've already gotten about almost 1/4 of an inch down. But I just wanted to show this video because pretty much every source said that I looked up on the internet said that it would shatter the moment I tried. But you can watch and you can kind of see the speed I'm running at, and I'll let my wife record. Okay, let's give it hell. Watch it shatter on this one.
Don't say
The deeper
that.
it gets, the more I worry. What I've been doing here is after I get a nice little pile there, I clean it. Some would probably argue I should be oiling as I go, but it's working for now. It's going. It's slow moving, but it's going. I guess at this point I'm not going to sit and record this for an hour, but I'll post in my comment box and let you know how it went. But whether I busted or whatever, at least everybody in YouTube land knows it's possible. So yes, you can hold a carbide high quality drill bit in your hand with 90-degree fluctuation and it won't immediately shatter. Hey YouTube world, alrighty, I'm back. I just wanted to let you know I hit rock bottom. Well, not rock bottom, but rock bottom to the point where the extractor was. As you can see, I had a much smaller extractor than the 3/8 hole I'm making now because due to how everything busted and my own alignment, I didn't get it centered. And I wanted to leave a little extra meat because I know I could always go up in a size, and didn't expect to break this, but didn't think that little bit of leverage was going to do it, which I was wrong. But as you can see, there's the Hansen Irwin collaboration extractor, and as you can see, that carbide bit is the only thing that has managed to molest it whatsoever. I mean, I've been hitting this sucker with all kinds of drill bits, and this is doing the job. But so far, I got a pretty good hole there. It's probably about 3/8, and you can see my old original pilot hole down there where the extractor came out. But just to give you an idea here, let me blow off my bit. Little bit of chipping, but nothing too major. Focus, S6. There you go. You can kind of see. It's a very flat bit. It doesn't have the, what do they call it? The double or the single. I'll let somebody in the comment box make fun of me and fill in what I'm trying to say, but it's got its own cutting tip to it, but it's working really good. Alrighty, YouTube, I think we got our last installment of the Dana 60 headache. At any rate, I got through. As you can see, I had a little wobbling at the top, probably because I had to push decently hard to make her cut, but man, you probably can't see it with that light, but we got threads. This thing was already halfway out when it snapped on whoever took it out. It came from an army base in Wisconsin, from a retired 88 dually, and oh, that's gonna make my life a hell of a lot easier. That boat wasn't bottomed out, and all I got to do now is either heat it up till it's weak and ship it out, or it may just cheap out, or maybe I could ballsfully go back to a bigger extractor and just gently massage it. And I don't know if any of y'all been in this situation. You know, this is not a good situation to be in. First time I've ever broken an extractor, and probably the worst possible time. But whether I got to re-drill it and tap it, or I can get these out, either way, I'm in a lot better position than I was before. Thank you for watching. Okay, YouTube, it is finally out. There's the follow-up to the little project going on there, but my scribe is hiding, but I can at least have my way with my Dana 60 with this paper clip. But as you can see, that was our problem child right there. I got everything out. I haven't ran a tap through it yet. I actually don't own a tap that large, but I'll go ahead and be doing that later on in the week. But it is out. So next step of the ball game, if you're watching this video, you probably already know this, but to make it stronger, you drill a third hole right in the center and you tap it out just like these other two. You put a third stud in, and then whether you have fabricated plates or if you go the route I did and locate one of the stock Dana 60 ones with the sway bars, you go ahead and you just mount it, and then you drill your hole through here. So I guess I told you that all wrong. Mount it, use you a small drill, drill your pilot, or I should say, you know, whack you a pilot with a marking tool. Use a small bit, drill all the way through, take the plate off, and then go ahead and step up till you get to the right side and thread it out on the housing, and then go ahead and finish it right here, and then you have those three. It's going to make it a lot easier because it's kind of a catch-22. If it gets loose, it's going to wiggle and it's going to snap. If it is too tight, well, then sometimes you got too much tension and that makes it snap. Or when it does snap from beating the shit out of it off-road or whatever, you got to fight with it to get it out. Mine over here, the way it broke, I really was not comfortable welding a nut on there because it was kind of deep. I'm not really a professional welder. I'm sure the welders out there are all going to comment that I should have just welded a nut on. Maybe if you would have put like a smaller nut, welded that on, and then welded a bigger one on. I don't know if double nutting it would have worked. It's just not my specialty. I made this video so that the average do-it-yourself mechanic in my situation can find a way to do it without the big boy tools that some of us can't afford or don't have the time to play with to learn how to use. But at any rate, I finished drilling it. As you can see, this was the carbide bit. I'm going to let everybody see it because it was 3/8 and it was my lifesaver. If I can focus. That was the carbide. Leading up to it, here was the cobalt that when I went into Fastenal to buy a carbide, their professionals swore up and down would be enough to cut through tool steel. I don't know. Maybe if I could have gotten my drill press over here, maybe it would have worked with the stability and the extra force. But obviously, if you look at how high off the ground that is, my drill press is 5 or 6 feet off the ground, and I can lower the platform, but not the actual drill press. So had I shattered this, I was going to probably take the head off the drill press and rig something with 4x4s, and you know the story. It's rigging. But at any rate, the hand system worked. Here's the HSS that they gave me, and that was because they felt bad that they were wrong. So rather than give me my $22 back for this drill bit, they gave me the $9 drill bit for free. And there's the extractor set that I usually have a lot of good luck with. Like I said, I'm normally not stupid enough to break one, but this one caught me by surprise, y'all, because it after I heated it up, I didn't have a very big extractor because, like I said, I knew I could keep stepping up, and I've had many occasions where you get a little extractor in there and it doesn't take much grip to get it out. And I mean, it did start spinning, but because I ran out of oxygen and it didn't heat up enough, that spinning didn't last long, and it didn't take much pressure on that littler size extractor, which, as you could see, that tool steel was absolutely nothing for that carbide drill bit, whereas the other two wouldn't touch it. So after I got it, I heated it up again, got it pretty decently loose with this one right here. That seemed to fit good, probably because the little bit of wobbling made the 3/8 a little bit larger at the top of the 3/8 drill bit. And then I used this guy to finish it off. It's tool steel. I don't know what quality, but once I had it loose, I trusted it. It fit a little bit better, you know, and I got lucky, like I said. There was only about a 1/2 of an inch still stuck in there. Probably the reason why that little one made it start going fine with the heat. But I don't know. The main point I'm trying to make here is I was really sweating that drill bit because it's a $40 drill bit. And then I found out on eBay that those companies have the end mills that after 3 or 4 cuts or whatever with their precision machining, they have to scrap them because, you know, they got those, I don't know, 20 thousandths of an inch or whatever tolerances that got to be met. And I picked it up for $8 and saved a lot of hassle and a lot of headaches. But I'm gonna get ready to go into the beast now. So this truck has been waiting a long time to have a Dana 60 put up there. Now I just got to get that back popped out, but at any rate, there you go. Now I got to get that black off there from torching up the Dana 60, but you know what I am doing, and I'll just throw it out there. I am keeping the 6-lug rims. First off, they're nostalgic and they're sentimental to me. I've been rolling with them for 15 years. But also, I love that deep dish aluminum. If you go up to the 16s, they step down, and I just don't think it looks as nice. Plus, I like the all-tire little rim look. I guess I'm old school like that. But it's also, it'll work good for bead locks, because I know bead locks are ideal with the 15. So I'm running the conversion stuff to go ahead and take this dually and run the half-ton brakes. I may be able to squeeze the 3/4 tons in with a little more grinding. Not that there's much of a bore diameter difference, but maybe I'll make a video of that, because I haven't really seen anybody doing it. Usually people that have that idea are called stupid, and yeah, why would you take 1-ton brakes off and put half-ton brakes on? But I don't know. I'm not going to be playing chicken with trees. I'm just going to be hitting mod bogs, and I don't know. We're going to try it. It'll be something different, but I'll go ahead and do a video when I get that all together so you can see what it looks like. Otherwise, no more rambling. Hopefully you all don't end up in my situation. I know I should just say, this is another common spot for that to happen. So, when y'all find your diamond in the rough Dana 60, make sure these aren't broken and these 4 aren't broken, because if they are, if you don't have access to welding and all that stuff, you may be in for a little bit of work. I was fortunate. Mine only came with this one busted off in it. And like I said, if I wasn't stupid, I wouldn't have gone through this. But first time I ever played with carbide, so I guess it was a good learning experience. Take care.